Hi everyone, this is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. Please press the thumbs up button, subscribe, share, comment. I am always looking forward to reading the dialogue, looking forward to reading your comments every day. Thank you so much, everyone. What you have before you are two handguns. Both guns are rendered safe. What I mean by that is there is no live round in either of the chambers. And the only reason why there's a magazine in the well of both guns is so that I could prop up both handguns so I could show you what I'm about to show you. You have a Staccato P Duo, chambered in 9mm, and one of my personal favorites, Glock 19 MOS Gen 5. We need to talk about the difference between an open emitter optic and a closed emitter optic. And I will do so in the most layman way possible. I'm going to make it super simple with you guys, take out all of the technicals. Now that I have both guns repositioned, it's a lot easier for me to show you the differences. Closed emitter optic. The light emitting device is actually located inside of here. Okay. Inside. There's glass in the front, there's glass in the back, but the light emitting device is located right inside. Open emitter optic, like this Leupold Delta Point Pro. The light source projects onto the window from the outside. So it's somewhere out here. What ends up happening is that if you have water, maybe dirt, grime, rocks, whatever it is, that gets onto the light emitting device, your red dot is going to either be distorted or disappear. So it's much easier for the light emitting device to be blocked on an open emitter optic than it is on a closed emitter optic. Okay guys, I'm over here at my sink. I'm going to put water on all sides of the optic, and you'll be able to see for yourself whether or not water distorts the red dot, and if so, how much. So let's put it on the top. Oh, by the way, here we go. Okay, there's a dot. Put water on top. Okay, it's completely waterlogged on top. The dot is still there, but remember, it's not blocking the emitter. This is just the distortion because of the water. Now, when are you going to have water soaked in this position? I mean, most of the time, the gun is going to be in this position. Okay, it's not going to be like this in most circumstances. But look how easy the water just comes off. It came off. The red dot reappears once again. Okay, even if it gets soaked as bad, okay, it is distorted. But look at, once the water runs off, back to business. Put it on top. Does that do anything? So, dot is still there. So the next clip that I'm about to show you comes compliments from Cliff from Centennial Defense. A while back, I attended a course, a low-light combat course that his organization hosted in San Bernardino. So Cliff, at the time of filming, he was at gun sight. There was a lot of thunderstorms at that time, and he's demonstrating how his Holosun open emitter optic, how there was water right on the window. And he'll show you how the red dot does not appear. The red dot will only appear after the first shot. So basically, with all of the movement from the recoil, the water gets thrown off of the emitting device, and Cliff is able to fire secondary and third shots. So let's watch that video. As you just saw from the video, one of the ways on getting an obstruction off of the optical window is to fire a shot. Due to the movement of this slide, the water is thrown off of the glass. Now this is one technique, but let me ask you this. Will you be justified to fire that shot to clear your optical window? I mean, realistically, guys and gals, can you fire a shot to get water off of the optical window, maybe even blood? And the answer is, it depends. If that shot is designed to hit somebody who's hell-bent on killing you, and that use of force is justified, then yes, you can fire that shot to clear the window. Now, we want to hope it's oriented at the person that is trying to kill you. With a closed emitter optic, you normally don't have to fire a shot to get that water or obstruction off the optical window because it's a closed emitter optic. The light emitting device is inside of the optical shroud. I know what you guys are probably thinking right now. Sean, should I get an open emitter and a closed emitter optic? That is going to be a decision that is reserved for you, ladies and gentlemen. There's usually a price difference between open emitter and closed emitter optic, usually between $100 to $200 difference. Usually the closed emitter optic is usually a lot more bulky, and it will not fit in every single duty rated holster. You have to get special cuts for the closed emitter optic. Normally when a holster advertises that you're able to accommodate a red dot system, they're usually referring to the open emitter optics and not the closed emitter optic. I actually broke off the hood of my Blackhawk T-Series holster. The hood came off because I was essentially forcing the top of the hood into the holster, which I had to unfortunately learn the hard way. Now, an argument for the closed emitter, another argument for the closed emitter would be if you get into some type of physical altercation. Just imagine if you get shot in the face. Okay, there's most likely going to be some blood feedback that's going to spill onto the optic window. Once that open emitter device gets blocked, if it gets blocked, it's not going to project that red dot onto the window as clearly as it should be. You might get in a situation where you're sweating a lot, or you're fighting somebody that's dripping sweat. Again, same thing. That sweat gets on the window. You're not going to have a clear red dot sight picture. Now, that's just a reason. That's more of a reason, though, to attend training. There's red dot training out there where you will train on how to shoot your red dot optic when it's occluded. Well, basically, the instructors will tape up the device. Sometimes they'll spray water on your optic, and they'll give you different options. So whether it's a closed emitter or open emitter optic, you can actually use the top of the window as an aiming point or sighting device. So basically you use this area as a sight. You can also use the middle of the window as a sighting device. You can actually use the side of the optic window as a sighting device. And then you can also use the slide of the gun. Okay, if your optic gets totally occluded, okay, you can also you could cant it if you want, and use the slide, the long part of the slide, as an aiming device. Right here. It's not ideal, but hey, if your optic goes out, you might as well. So let me know what you guys think. Do you prefer an open emitter optic, a closed emitter optic, and what optics are you using out there, if any? Now, some of you are also thinking, Sean, at what point in time am I going to get blood, sweat, water, and all these other things onto the optical window? Now, for me, I've never got any of those. Maybe a little bit of dust, but from carrying a red dot optic for 2 years, concealed carry and on-duty carry, I never had that happen. I'm not saying that it won't, but there's always that possibility. I still, on duty, I actually switched over from the Holosun 509 T-Series to switch back to a Loophole Delta Point Pro. And that's just my personal preference, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Take care.